Hi everyone, I'm the Reluctant Reviewer, and here is
kewpie83,
and we're back from Toy Fair 2016.
Da da da.
We just got back. We were gone for a couple days and went to Manhattan to go to where Toy Fair is presented, and it was my first time there, or second. We're just going to tell you a little bit about what we liked at Toy Fair, you know, what we thought was kind of cool. And I'll let you start.
So we had a lot of appointments, and we'll talk about this in a later video, but for Toy Fair you have to make appointments to kind of meet and get information on certain products. So we had a bunch of appointments. Madame Alexander had a humongous booth, as always, and they had a lot of cool products on display. And what I liked is that they're trying to kind of go back to their roots. Even though they were, you know, purchased by this other company, they're still making dolls that are kind of historical in fashion. So if you're a Madame Alexander collector, you'll know that there's some hard plastic Madame Alexanders that were called like the Mystery Collection, I think. And there's a whole, they're super rare. They sell for thousands and thousands of dollars if you can find one. And so what they're doing this year, Madame Alexander, is they're re-releasing those in a smaller format.
Yeah, they're about that big.
As kind of like a callback to the days of Madame Alexander hard plastic. You know, when they were releasing these really amazing dolls, and they still are. But I love that they're like going back into their heritage.
And some of the baby dolls too, some of them it looked like Pussycat was there. And I did ask them, I said, are you thinking of maybe bringing Victoria? And if you know anything about Madame Alexander's, Victoria is a baby doll, and that's one that I kind of have always bought and passed down when someone's had a baby brother or baby sister, and then that child gets their own baby, which they stopped making. So she said, we'll see. You know, it's something, and maybe people didn't go up to them and say, hey, I want a Victoria, but they wanted the other ones, which is Huggums. Huggums. Which I'm not a fan of Huggums, but Victoria I am. So I'm hoping they bring back Victoria.
Yeah.
And the neat thing about their booth was, in the glass
they
case,
had a, so again, if you know anything about vintage Madame Alexanders and me, you'll know that I have an obsession with hard plastic 1940s, 1950s Madame Alexanders. And they had this fantastic, like this perfect, pristine, Maggie face Alice in Wonderland.
Gorgeous.
In a glass box, and it was gorgeous. I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
And it was a tall one too. It wasn't like a 14-inch. It was like a 20-incher or something like that.
Beautiful doll.
So pretty.
Yeah.
I wanted it.
And they're going to come out with some limited edition ones, which in a video that this dear will edit, you'll be able to see those too. So keep on looking on the channels and see if you can find them.
Yes. So that was Madame Alexander. I love their booth. They're just super friendly, and they walk you through the whole thing.
I like glass animals. So there's a booth called Tinies, which is TYNIES.com, and they make little tiny glass animals. They are 1 inch or smaller, nothing bigger than 1 inch, and they come in these cool little display containers now. This is like a stretch, kind of like a plastic wrap material, and it opens up and it just squishes them cutely in place, and you can stack them so that you can have all your tiny collection in this big giant board of stackables.
You know, easy to store, easy to collect without them taking up lots of space.
And they're really cute. And some of them, you had animals, and you also had like cupcakes, tiny little cupcakes that you could collect. Or little hot dogs or hot fudge sundaes. So it's a really cute little thing. I like tiny things, so it was a nice little booth, and I was glad to see glass animals.
So shout out to Tinies.
Tinies! Hey.
So also something we got to do was we got to go through the Mattel booth, which I know a lot of you are probably super interested in here. So in the Mattel showroom, we had, there was a ton of stuff going on. It was kind of like sensory overload, lots of different brands. But that being said, there was also not a lot going on in a strange respect.
In certain brands.
So, if we'll get it right out there. Ever After High was not on display. There were 3 dragon games. We've already seen them. The Evil Queen, I don't think she was on display even as a girl.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing going on, and even that portion of the room was dimly lit.
Yeah.
So it was super weird.
Yeah.
So
you had the cutties, the standouts things, but as far as
else.
dolls, not really.
No Ever After High news for you. I'm sorry.
So sad.
Monster High, however, had some. Yeah, so they had the Welcome to Monster High playset on display, which is like the reintroduction of, or it's the beginning of the rebranding of Monster High. So the person talking to us definitely pointed out that Draculaura was the instigator of the Welcome to Monster High.
Because it's the origin.
Collection.
It's more of the beginning of Monster High.
Yeah.
And we know that Draculaura, if you read the books, Draculaura's dad had a lot to do with bringing everybody in the culture to Monster High, and that, by moving.
So Welcome to Monster High, the playset will come with the Draculaura, and it comes with this somewhat interesting, play.
But I love Frankie. Love Frankie.
There was.
And Spectra.
Was there one Frankie on display? One single solitary Frankie who
And
was like a
Spectra.
hair Frankie?
Oh, and there weren't even any Ghoulias that they showed us, which was
No
really
Ghoulias.
kind of scary because I love Ghoulia.
So one of the new ghouls on display was Ari Hauntington. They all seemed very excited about her. So one of them was kind of gimmicky. So if you held up your hand to her throat or chest area, she'd sing in different cadences, I guess, or different tones. And that was her gimmick. I'm not crazy about gimmicks, so I was not as excited about her. What I really didn't like, though, is that she's like an exact clone of Spectra. And she's a ghost, and she has purple tones throughout her entire body. And she glowed.
Yeah.
It's this looks like Spectra. I thought she was Spectra.
Yeah.
So there was her on display. And she was on display twice for different lines, so she may be a regular from now on. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Maybe Spectra just went back to her haunted place.
I like
her old
Spectra.
school.
Yeah. Which is sad because none of the old ghouls were on display pretty much.
No, you didn't see them.
So
it wasn't even a really, really big booth for it. I mean, it was, if you had Ever After High was like this big, then you had Monster High maybe that big. A lot of cutouts, that's it.
Yeah, it seemed like there wasn't a lot to tell, which is strange because with the rebranding you'd think there'd be a lot to tell.
And then you had the daughter of Davy Jones.
The daughter of Davy Jones, Dana
Love
Treasurer.
her, yeah.
Who was Davy Jones, Dana Treasurer, who was pretty cool. She had a weird gimmick with her outfit. She could make a cape or something.
And her foot was supposed to be gold or something, like a treasure.
And she had a cool little treasure chest on her head. So that was interesting. She's not that bad looking.
Well, even in the books, my Frankie kind of takes a back end in the stories too. It's just it's about 2 other main monsters, and they're just kind of these girls that are in the school, and that's it. Kind of a downer on that, kind of like the down at Monster High.
They did have blind bags though. So
those are adorable.
These guys, do you want to hold that one? So these are blind bag characters. They're going to come out in waves, and they're just miniature, cutesy. I think she called it Monster Cute was kind of the theme of this. So the first wave is going to be the original girls that we've seen, and then after that it'll be different variations on them. So maybe they'll have different patterns, that sort of thing. So they had on display a lot of them, and they also had these as giveaways. So,
and they're great for your ball jointed dolls because it's a little doll for them. It's really cute. Actually, it works with the Monster High dolls too. I sat them next to them. It looked
the
cute.
Perfect size. So this is Frankie.
They're really adorable.
Yeah. So those are cool. Keep an eye out for those. Blind bags were insane, by the way.
Yeah, everybody had a blind bag. It could be a Fisher-Price toy. They have a blind bag series for it. Everything, blind bag. And, I mean, I've never been to Toy Fair before, so I always assumed it would be lots of big, giant toys. But no, instead it's lots of tiny little things like this. And here we have blind bags! Blind bags! Are you a Little House on the Prairie fan? Now, I know a lot of people who are Little House on the Prairie fans, and the Queen's Treasure has come out with a Little House on the Prairie series, complete with a wagon.
Mm-hmm. They debuted the doll at Toy Fair. And if you follow my Facebook, I already posted a picture of her. So the doll was really cute. I thought it was a really good doll for a company that makes furniture.
And she's 18 inches.
The wagon, super
The wagon
cool.
is really big.
Amazing.
Clothing, the kettles, everything that goes with it. And you've done Queen's Treasure before, so you can tell what kind of size and quality the accessories are if you want to look at one of those old ones. And there's a whole bunch of stuff for Little House on the Prairie. So
and they're also
look for
doing, they also have a Jane Goodall set, which has a really nice tent. If you're looking for a tent for your 18-inch doll,
oh yeah, that was neat.
Perfect. So they had a Jane Goodall partnership as well. But when they printed this, they didn't have the doll finalized. But now they do, and she looks really, really pretty. So
is this queenstreasure.com?
Queenstreasures.com, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
So check it out. Check out my review. We'll put a link to it somewhere.
Look for them. Buy something. Tell them we sent you.
And they're so nice. They're like
very
one
nice
of the
people.
nicest companies.
Very nice.
So Splashlings are a new concoction by the creator of Pound Puppies. And when I saw this, when I heard about, Toy Fair, the creator of Pound Puppies was releasing something new, I was like, that's interesting. And in my head, I had Pound Puppies. And so I was surprised to see that there's these little blind bag Splashlings. So we have a few of them.
Are we going to open them?
We're going to, why don't we open at least one of them. So.
All right.
So we're going to open them and see what it is. So essentially these are like animals, sea
An
creatures.
ocean full of friends, over 100 to discover, only at Toys R Us.
They're by TPF Toys, which I'd never heard of before. So I'm going to get this one open. Oh, use that.
I did, I brought that.
5 and up is the age,
All right.
because as we know, these are very small.
All right, what are you? Let's see.
Didn't we open up the same one?
Well, that's what we got.
Coral. It looks like coral.
Ocean, you can have Fin Friends, Treasure Pets, Fast Fish, Swell Shells, Hip Flips, Wiggles, and Ocean Gems.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
we got the same thing.
we have like coral. Let's
That
see
was
what's
sad.
in here. Give me a
Oh,
nice
here it
little
is.
ring.
It's a treasure pet.
Ah.
It does look like
ring.
coral.
Just like this. Maybe a different
It's
finger.
Cory Crown.
Oh.
It's a crown, and it comes in different colors. Ours just happens to be the same, and it's pink.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's cool.
but remember, it is tiny. Choking
Very
hazard,
small.
okay?
Like this is my finger.
It's
and it fits.
info at tpftoys.com
So we'll put that
or
there.
www.splashlings.com.
And they have little mermaids as well, but in this particular set, it looks like you don't get the mermaids.
The mermaids were cute
You
because
get
they had the
the
shell.
other things.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
do have mermaids.
And this is wave 1, so
Yes.
5 and up.
So that's a Splashling.
Cool.
Creator of Pound Puppies had a hand in those. Pretty awesome.
I got a Zoom Zoom.
Zoom zoom.
Zoom Zoom, and I opened it up already, so
Jack
you didn't have to watch
specific.
me. And this is Sebastian, so from Little Mermaid Land. Here's the shell. He's so cute. He's just such a little
Sebastian.
baby. Very cute.
So one thing that I like to do is I'm a perler bead person.
And who
I like-
helped you find that?
You did.
I did.
So we were walking through one of the rooms that has more of like the crafty mom and pop kind of people. And Perler Beads was there, and they had the most amazing thing ever. Okay, it's probably going to be very time consuming and troublesome, and I will probably try to cry at least once, but they have these little miniature Perler Beads, and it's very hard to show you because they're so small.
They are
But
microscopic.
they're like literally like this big. So they have these new things, and the pegboard will probably give you a better example of the size. This is the pegboard.
It's very
and-
fine.
Yeah, they're very fine, tiny beads, and you have to use like tweezers to place them on the pegboard. And I'm super excited because the projects they did with them looked so pretty.
And when you iron them, they came out really, really fine. It was really cool.
Yeah, and it shouldn't take as long to melt because they're smaller. So.
And there was more detail because they're so tiny.
Yeah. So they had some really nice kits, like the Dreamcatcher kit, which I might actually try to hunt down and buy because I think that was really pretty. So you will be seeing more of these on my channel for sure because I have enough beads to make a sample project. I just have to hunt down some tweezers, and then hopefully hopefully in the future I'll be able to work with them and get some more videos up. So we'll see.
Funko Land. Okay.
Funko.
What I like is they have these little Barbies. They're kind of like chibi Barbies in Funko Land. They were adorable, like the ones that you recognize. Barbie as astronaut, but done in chibi
Barbie in the
form.
rocker.
Barbie in the rockers. They're so cute. I wish I had one, but they weren't giving you any, so I don't have one. But check out Funko. I'm sure they have it on their page somewhere.
Yeah, and we have pictures, so we'll just put the picture in. But they had the two sizes of Barbies. They had one that was like more proportionately sized, that was maybe this big, and one that was chibi, which I think is a possibly blind bag. So check that out. And then also they have at Funko a like Playmobil Funko collaboration, right? Playmobil. So Playmobil Funko collaboration, where they're taking pop culture people like Willy Wonka, making him like a Playmobil character, and then making him taller. It looks adorable.
They're cute.
And they're like, I was talking to the lady, and while they didn't have them on display, they were going to do supernatural ones, which is where that totally piqued my attention because I cannot wait to have like a Sam, a Dean, and a Cass in a Playmobil form. I just think that would be adorable. So that was really cool in Funko. They of course had the big standees. They're one of those booths that like goes all out with big Harry Potter pop and the Playmobil ones and
No, standee, three-dimensional.
yeah, 3D like this
Statues,
big, humongous
big statues. Yeah. All right, so the toy fair is really, really big, and we didn't even get to all the rooms on the days that we were there. But we did wander down a few areas where they had a lot of books and STEM kind of learning products. And one of them was Arc Kit, which is a diorama of little buildings. Now, I like dioramas. I don't know, maybe it's my generation. We like tiny things, and we had HO cars and stuff. But they're buildings, and you create them, and so it's architecture, get it? You can print wallpaper, flooring on your own printer. Yeah, you can do it on the computer and then print it, right?
Yeah, I believe some came with the sub-materials for you to do that.
And we'll have a little a blurb thing on that where the owner of Arc Kit will explain his little buildings. But they were really, really cool, and they were like, one was this big, and they had the one that was the Today Show. Made one, I guess, an exact duplicate, and it was adorable. Really super nice people. You can go and order parts that are the parts that you need because you didn't have them. You know, more pieces to actually make it look like it's a real kit.
Like if you want a spiral staircase, you can order it from like their Shapeways store, and they'll 3D print it, and then you have the spiral staircase.
Really nice people, really nice product. They said it was simple to do, and I get kind of worried when I see a STEM product because I've tried some that were not that easy to do, and maybe a 6-year-old could do it, just not me.
Or me.
But I like models, and I like small diorama type size things, so it really intrigued me.
Yeah, so hopefully you'll be seeing it in our channel as a review in the future.
And then you can listen to that person talk about their product.
Yes, exactly.
It was really cool. It was a nice little area. It was a neat thing.
And they're from Dublin, so.
Oh, and I love that. Yes, I love speaking to people with accents.
It was very international, the show. I feel like half the people we spoke to either came from like Ireland or the UK, somewhere in the UK. I feel like the UK came here.
It did. It was. It was pretty cool.
Even in New York City, it was like 40 British teenagers everywhere we went.
Yes, it was pretty cool. I loved it.
So that's as close as we'll ever get to the UK.
Sadly, yes. You will get there before me. This thing,
this thing.
Pom Pom. Pom Pom, your world.
They're kind of cool. So essentially, they're made by the people who do Orbeez, the little water balls that you can, pretend you're in a spa with. So these are Pom Poms that come in the shape of just, let's open this.
They had a Volkswagen car there, and they had it pom-pommed with all of these in different colors. So that was kind of neat. Knock it out. Do you remember how to do it?
Inside this is like
this is
yarn.
plastic.
This is plastic.
Yeah.
This is like yarn. And there's an adhesive, I believe, like an adhesive circle that you attach to this to one end, and then you put that end with the adhesive on whatever you're decorating, and then when you pull up, the plastic tubing will release, it'll come off, and then you'll just have a big fluffy ball.
So it's a very crafty item. Let's see you do it.
Okay. So a little dollop of glue here.
A dollop. A dollop.
That's just a circle.
And you can put pom-poms everywhere. On glasses.
And you put it on
whatever.
the end of your thing.
Your tube.
And then
Here,
I don't know if I'll be able to see it. And then you do this. And it's, of course, not going to stick to that.
Okay, let's see if we can have a card to do it. I'm going to use the process card. Okay, so we've got it on there.
And then lift up. And then
I did it!
you have a pom-pom.
And you can pom-pom everything you want to pom-pom.
Exactly. Notebooks, binders, lockers.
Right. Especially lockers. I could see that.
Yeah, totally.
A lot. Do not eat pom-pom.
Do not eat the pom-pom. But they are kind of small, so I can totally see someone thinking, oh, I can stick this in my mouth. Do not do that. They'll come in different sets, starter sets, that sort of thing.
Ages 6 and up. We found Toy Driver's booth. I've always been intrigued at this because this is supposed to be just the right sizes so you can unscrew things, battery compartments on your toys. It comes with 2 different tips and already comes with two AAA batteries in it. And we're going to do something eventually and show this off because I am always looking for the right screwdriver when I'm trying to open a battery compartment. So Toy Driver. Do they have any other information on there? So if this is something you're looking for, let's see, toydriver.com, thetoydriver.com.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it later.
Hasbro had a booth, or had a whole showroom. They're not technically part of Toy Fair. They have their own Toy Fair. It takes like 5 hours to get through their presentations. They had Megan McCarthy there, who I think was the showrunner of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which is where I kind of fangirled a little because, as you guys know, I love the cartoon My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Not so much the toys, but the cartoon is amazing, and so that's where I was like, whoa, she's like the showrunner for one of my favorite shows.
And they have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, My Little Pony will be huge.
Coming out.
Huge. We have a ton of pictures from that showroom, which I'm sure will be somewhere on my Flickr and or this video. But they have these cute little things.
Now, the one thing that kind of bummed me out was I liked the little houses that they came up with for My Little Pet Shop. I didn't see any new ones really. I mean, they had like an open, no wall kind of thing that was a play set, but that's all I saw.
Yeah, Naturally Perfect dolls. So it's a line of African American dolls with natural hair that you can style and comb. I believe you can wash it too. So there are 4 dolls on that line at the moment. They're pre-order on the website. We did a video with them. They were also some of the nicest people ever. So
product was created because their daughter wanted to change her hair because she didn't look like everybody else, and so they came out with a product that looked like her, so that she would be proud of herself. Really nice people.
Yeah, really nice. And the story is just really, I mean, it's a touching story. That's why toys should be created to, fill a gap. And clearly there was a gap.
And I think we can show things like you end up with things when you go to places like Transformers, really cool. This is the Combiner Wars, which comes with a comic book. Things like Captain America, Marvel Captain America Legends series. Things like Teresa from Barbie Spy Squad, which I did not have, and we will do a review on that because we did do Barbie. And I like miniature food kind of items and play kitchen and stuff. So this is really cool from Fisher Price.
Yeah.
It is a barista, basically. So your child can give you pretend coffee.
It's made of real beech wood.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's very classy looking, just for the little child that in your life. Ages 2 and up. So that's something that's out with FisherPrice.com.
Yeah, so check out all the coverage on my channel. We just did short videos with people.
She did videos, I did still, I was her grunt.
Where we'll have posts on my blog as well after I get all the videos posted. And if you guys have any specific questions, you can leave them down in the comment area. We'll try to get back to them, but there's a lot of stuff that'll be posted over the next few weeks, or that has been posted.
You'll be
on both
sick of
our
us.
channels.
You'll be sick of us.
Yeah, exactly. So that was it. If you have questions, let us know.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.